And we're back.
Hey everybody. How's everyone doing this evening? We're making salmon croquettes.
I'm chopping and he's mixing.
Don't chop your finger off.
What? Chop my finger off. Seriously?
So, put it in garlic. Ooh.
The garlic?
So, we did a couple live videos today down from the levee, which was a blast. We love when you guys chime in and chat with us and let us know what's going on and call Kevin La La Ree. No, wait, what's your new name? Fifi. Fufu.
Frou-frou.
Frou-frou-ree. So, no, yeah, that's your new name. Frou-frou-ree. What are you putting in here?
Garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Did we do the one where so a couple of our shows got like completely erased. The one that we did about Broadway, was that one, our shows, did that one get erased?
I don't think so. But no one said anything.
That's why I think it got erased.
Okay, so let's reiterate. What was it about?
Because I think we talked about shows that we would do again, wouldn't do again. It was that show, that thing. Oh my stars!
The big piece of skin on that one.
Oh my god! No, wait! Oh my! It's a piece. Okay, so Miss Thing here has a problem if there is skin on the salmon.
It's gross.
It's cooked.
Okay.
Oh
But the skin is still on there.
You need to. There are pills for this. Would y'all please let us know what y'all take for this condition?
Okay, so we talked about shows that we would do again, that we have already done, and shows we would not do again.
Shows that our favorite show,
Yeah.
and our worst liked show. I would say worst liked show, and then worst experience in the show.
Yes. So, comment below, boop, boop, down there, and let us know if you have done a show. And it could be a play or a musical.
Or an opera.
An opera.
Operetta.
A ballet.
Yes, the ballets. Please, the ballets. Now, for those of you who are not stage persona people, but you are our patrons. Patrons. Or people that actually go to the theater.
To the theater.
Yes.
Theater.
We would also like to hear from you. Same things. Like, what did you see that you liked? What did you see that you were like, why is this show? What did you see that you were like, oh my stars, these people must be out of their minds?
I've only walked out of at intermission 2 shows. Ever.
I walked out of one
Oh.
at intermission.
Why?
Well, so it was a little ditty called Our Town. Yeah, that's why.
Ugh.
And I saw it here, it was years ago, and I think it was about the 4th time I woke up, it was finally intermission. So, yeah.
Oh my god. The 4th time you woke up.
And I mean, I'm all about a story. I'm all about about simplicity and what's that other word that's really simple?
Boring?
Minimalism.
Minimalism.
When it's done, as it should be done. But I have to say, Our Town, I think I'm ready to see some different takes on the show.
Yeah.
Like maybe set it in metropolitan New York. Or New Orleans.
So that would be our city.
That would be, yes. The city, our city. Or our town in the city. Or our city in the town. Or something else other than ladders and chairs.
Wait, they had ladders and chairs?
Well, yes. Every time I see this show, I see there are ladders, there are chairs. Because the ladders signify, like, I guess, the going up stairs.
So Chutes and Ladders.
Top of that, or shoot our Chutes and Ladders. But it's a very.
I'm gonna get the mayonnaise. He's chopping slow.
Excuse me. Your sous chef is working carefully here so as not to lose a finger and look like a sous chef.
We probably should have got more mayonnaise.
No, there's 2 in there, honey. There's another whole full one. So yeah, I mean, and if you've seen Our Town, I would love to know. Now, my worst, the show that I think I really didn't care for.
Cats.
This is from my personal experience. Probably for me would be To Kill a Mockingbird. Being from the South, there are very few plays or shows that I'm
not seeing the mayonnaise.
that I like.
It is an organized refrigerator.
They were right beside each other.
That one was on the bottom.
I put the bread in front of it. Forgive me.
Wow.
Yeah, so as you can tell, we don't live together yet.
At this rate?
Oh, no, because you would be organizing everything in the kitchen. I'm just going to tell you right now. Because he has a very certain way of how he likes things organized. But he doesn't cook.
Not everything can go on the top shelf.
I don't put everything on the top shelf! No, I don't. The mayonnaise was just on the bottom. And no, it's not on the door because my wines are on the door. So, there you go. Some people put the condiments on the door, and I would put condiments on the door. I do put condiments on the door.
Refrigerator.
Oh, well, when you buy us one. Anyways, To Kill a Mockingbird. It's a story, of course, I've known since school, my grade school years. And again, like I said, being from the South, there are some shows and some subject matter that just don't
Like what?
appeal to me necessarily. And I have to say, I feel like because I see
Because that girl
as
was
a
named
person,
Scout.
as a person of color,
Wait, what?
as a person of color, I know I have a translucentness to my skin. As a person of color, I feel like I see these same things being played out in different ways. The same plot lines of these plays. Whether it's To Kill a Mockingbird or Parade or whatever. I mean, it doesn't appeal to me. And I feel like until we see some change in some of our social situations right now, I have no interest. I really don't.
I walked out on a little play called Harold and Maude.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Ooh.
It was just, to me, I mean, I didn't think the movie was interesting. But I went. I had friends in it. So, and I just...
Are those friends listening right now?
They probably are.
So y'all...
And then I walked out. I left at intermission. I should say walked out. To me, walking out is like they're storming out in the middle of the
of the scene, yeah.
So at intermission, I left for what was it? Oh my gosh, the movie had
For the bathroom?
no Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I didn't like the movie either. And then
Me either.
for me, it's like, why are we making musicals out of these movies?
Then there's that.
Eggs.
So, the show that I want to say, let me think, the show I liked as an audience member, the show that I liked the most, I'm going to have to say would be, we went 2 years ago, and you're probably going to say the same thing, or it's a close runner-up. We went on our first time going to New York. We saw the Pie Shop show, Sweeney Todd, and we happened to catch it in the Village, and it was set in a pie shop. And
They actually served pie.
and they actually served pie. We were too late to get there for the pie, but
We got like
you had
the
to sign
last
up.
2 tickets.
Yeah, you had to sign up, like
Yeah.
buy your tickets like a day or two early to get the pie. to get pie seats, which we
Didn't have.
missed out on. So I'm gonna sing these peppers home with you
Why?
because I'm not gonna eat these.
Put them in here.
All of this, that's a lot of peppers to put in. Why do you keep the fridge open?
In case I need something.
So let the milk curdle while you decide what you're gonna
Oat milk
do.
doesn't curdle.
Let the mayonnaise go,
Mayonnaise is right here.
and it's out.
Okay, the mayonnaise being out of the refrigerator for all of 5 minutes does not make it go bad. What about when you put your jug of, or your bowl of potato salad in the truck the night before?
Okay, never done that. That is a Naomi Watts thing.
Naomi Hopper.
Papa.
Is this your
Oh, Naomi
Italian
Watts is a
seasoning?
singer. Yes.
Is this your South African?
No, I don't have any Berber.
I don't know
So
how to
for
make that
those
work.
of you, we're gonna go back to the show thing.
Oh, how does
Oh,
this
honey,
work?
it's a grinder. You turn it.
It's not doing nothing.
Yes, it is. You throwing it all over the counter. You have to. Okay. So anyway,
Can I just open it?
for the sure. For those of you that are wondering what he puts in his, and I really like his salmon patties or croquettes.
Salmon croquettes.
It's basically cooked salmon, and we mix it with lots of delicious things and fry it.
So, mayonnaise, and it's to taste. I like mine to be a little. I actually had a salmon patty the other day from a place called Big Mama's.
Big Mama do salmon patties, girl.
And it was very dry. I like mine to have a little body to it.
Like Big Mama.
Like Big Mama's body.
Oh,
Wait. Look up. There you go. These. So salmon. Oh, don't.
what?
Ooh.
What?
So salmon and
What
some
about?
peppers. And he's only putting half of the peppers. I put more, but that's just me.
I'm not a pepper person.
He's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, you're a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
Not with reflux, not with acid reflux.
So, so peppers and then whatever seasonings you like. We happen to have Italian herb grinder.
And
Oh, guys,
yes,
no.
this is a seasoning. These are not mushrooms. It is a seasoning.
See, he gets these things that I don't even know what they're called.
It's mushroom umami herb. And there is a Tuscan style trattoria herb, which is more Italian.
Let's do that.
So we will do them both for a full-bodied, full taste. Okay, so instead of... Uh-oh.
And then, oh no. So, oh, okay.
Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, gorgeous,
It's
It's
See, here we go. We need an overhead camera.
Okay, well, buy us one.
Okay, so we're gonna start a Patreon. We need like an overhead camera. No. Oh my! That was like 17 mushrooms, like ground up.
No.
Okay, so I put 3 eggs.
I put that in the last one you did. You loved it.
You didn't tell me it was in there.
Of course, eggs. That's how that works, folks. Here's my wine.
Where's my sparkling frost?
I'm sparkling and frosty.
You're frosty, all right.
So at any rate,
So mayonnaise, 3 or 4 just tablespoons. Just like again, till it's the consistency that you like. I put 3 eggs in.
this is, by the way, 3 salmon steaks from Kroger. The frozen ones, the Atlantic, they're the orange pack in the freezer section.
Oh, these
And
weren't fresh.
No,
Aldi's
they were not
has fresh.
Or you can do Aldi's, whichever
How
one.
much were they at Kroger?
These were $5.99.
A pound or just
No,
total?
per whole steak. See? Anywho's. So that's 3 of them. And I love these because you bake them on 400. They say bake them for 30 minutes. I usually put the timer on 20 or 25 and turn the oven off. when the timer goes off, and let it sit in the oven for another maybe 5 minutes. That way it doesn't get too overcooked. And I put them in a baking dish on a rack, and I put water in the bottom of the baking dish so that there's some steam rising and it doesn't get like dried out or whatever. So that's enough about the salmon.
Like Big Mama.
Like Big Mama. So at any rate, the shows.
Oh yeah, the shows. Is there a show about salmon? Because that'd be cool.
Big Fish.
There you go. Big Fish. That's a great show, actually.
I've never seen it.
I liked it. Footlight did it.
Now the show I guess I should say a show that meant a lot to me was I did the show
Songs for a New World.
Songs for a New World, really a song cycle as opposed to a show. So it's not really any. That's another minimalist set.
Is there a story?
There's really not a storyline. It just follows the lives of various people or life circumstances of people in the show. There's some funny bits. Oddly though, the show is it addresses changes in life, places you go in life, things you do, things that just happen in life. And at the time, the first time I did the show, I was going through a major life change, which is going through a divorce. And then the second time I did the show, sorry, that was not a Freudian thump. The second time I did the show, it was post-divorce and finding out who and how to be as me, unmarried and in a new job situation and new everything. So it meant a lot to me, both.
Look at the skin.
shows.
That's skin.
Oh my God.
That's gross.
This is one, maybe, oh my God.
That's skin on it.
You are such a baby.
No, it's you don't eat. Oh God, no! You just ate the skin.
Eggs cooked up. Oh, and it tastes good.
Oh. See, when I did it, I took. Okay, so anyway, garlic, more garlic. Okay.
You can never have enough garlic.
No one's gonna want to kiss you. That I know of. Till after I leave.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, so then we're all mixed up. I'm mixed up. Breadcrumbs. Mm-hmm. And I don't like to put a whole lot in the mix because it dries it out. This is Italian style. And, wait a second, how do we open? Here we go. Oh, my hand is, there we go. So, again, to the desired consistency. But like I said, I don't like mine super bready on the inside. But then I also put breadcrumbs on the outside before you fry it.
All right, should we have a commercial now, or are we okay?
I can't say I've got my white shirt. We're at 18 minutes.
Okay.
So we're going to take a break and get this put together.
So we can come right back after these commercial messages.
Okay, what's the commercial? Oh, look, there's another piece of skin.
The commercial is
take your skin off of your
dealing
skin.
with emotional and mental disorders.
Why is he looking at me? I don't understand.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. And that was borderline offensive. I'm sorry.
That was extremely offensive.
Okay.
I'm offended.
Okay, so the commercial is dealing. There is a special medication that is
Trinoacidol?
just out on the market for people who are picky.
And what's that called?
We'll find out after the commercial messages.
Okay.
We're back. Are you sure?
We're back.
Oh, it's kind of about it. Okay.
It's like I have a white shirt on. You just can't see it.
Mm.
So we got everything mixed. I'm making patties or croquettes.
Yes. And now, your favorite show.
So, my favorite show
Oh wait, I didn't get to talk about with a pie. Oh, I told Sweeney Todd. That was my favorite one to watch.
to watch. My favorite show to watch. I loved Sweeney Todd. It was so good. I was kind of bummed that we didn't get to see Norm Lewis in it. We missed him by a week or two, I think. But then we got to see the next year. Well, we saw. What did we see that year? SpongeBob.
Oh yes.
SpongeBob was
Frozen.
fun and Frozen. Let it go.
Let it go.
SpongeBob, we really didn't want to see, but we got
Nope.
tickets really cheap.
Funny story. I
That's
almost
a
fell.
stool.
And
I'm
we
putting
were walking.
breadcrumbs on the croquettes.
We were walking through Times Square, and I hear someone go, "Kevin, no!" And I was like, "Whoa!" So it was a friend of mine, Brett, who might be watching today. Brett was in New York with a friend of his, and he was like, "What shows are you seeing?" So we talked for a minute about the shows, and he goes, "Oh my God, you have to see SpongeBob." And me and Jerry both looked at each other like, He goes, "Oh no! You have to go see SpongeBob. The most fun ever."
But the funny thing is, Kevin was like, "Are they going to be wearing like those big costumes?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "No, honey."
I never liked the TV show. Never was into it at all. So take it away.
Oh, so we sat in the balcony, 2 or 3 rows back, 3 or 4, something like that,
In the mezzanine.
in the mezzanine. But it was fun from beginning to end. It was a party. The the story was a cute story. The songs were great. Dances were great. The pirates were great.
And you did not have to have watched.
Yeah,
The TV
there was no.
show.
Yeah, you would no.
To get it. It was perfectly. It was a perfectly. It was as if they introduced the characters as if like
No one knew who they were.
no one knew who they were.
And the really funny thing was they didn't do the theme song, which everybody knows, but they kind of did the ending theme song at the end of the show, which was kind of cool. And they had beach balls.
The under the sea, under the sea, SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's the finale song, but the opening
Wait, no.
song they didn't do
But what opening song? What do
of
you
the
mean?
TV show.
Oh yeah, no. What's the opening? I thought that was the opening song of the TV show.
Well, it kind of is, but the ending theme of the TV show is like a big, like a really upbeat, rocky version of it, like a rock version of it, where the opening song is dee 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 dee. Who lives on a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants. So that's what they did the finale with. That.
But it was the ending, like the credits. If you watch the
Right,
cartoon,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
the credits.
Yeah.
But they had beach balls bouncing all over the theater into the audience, and people. It was crazy.
There was bubble cannons going off all over. There were bubbles all over the place. There was confetti cannons going off. It was amazing.
And the set, which was really kind of cool, what's it called? The proscenium of the set would look like, oh, it's like undersea stuff. But the more you looked at it, it was pool noodles and baby pools and beach balls
And floaties and all kinds of
yeah,
cool stuff.
so it's kind of like, let's go down to the Dollar Tree and buy everything we can buy to make the set. It was really kind of cool.
But you never would have known that. I mean, unless you really just sat there and you would have to. I mean, because we looked at it that way. I think because
I always look at sets. I'm a set person.
But I think probably the audience came in and saw the big picture, like most
Oh,
audiences
it's
do.
pretty
and
and
were
fun
like,
and
oh my
colorful."
gosh, it's so fun. But when we looked at it, we were like, and they had some projections during the show, and they projected them onto
a baby pool.
waiting,
a
like the
wading
kiddie
pool.
wading pools. They were hanging from.
It
And
was-
I was like, what? Amazing.
It was a countdown clock because there was a volcano that was supposed to explode. Now, and I love that show. But last time we went, I started to say last year, so in 2019, when we went, COVID, we saw, and I was so excited to see it, was The Prom. And
Go ahead. I bumped my knee.
and I really liked it. That was probably one of my favorite shows to see.
It was a fun show.
I would see it again. I want to see it
would
again.
see it again and again and again.
Yeah.
It was a fun show. It was probably, to me, I think that season, it was one of the most underrated shows.
Yeah.
They just, for whatever reason,
It got great feedback. It got great, everybody was talking about it. It was in a small theater, one of the
But it
smaller.
just-
It just didn't have
the
the oomph that.
and I don't know, because the show itself has oomph, but
Oh
for
my
whatever
God.
reason, the buzz about it wasn't oomphy enough.
Right. And it had a
And-
great cast.
Yeah.
And a great story. It was kind of like Hairspray. Hello. Hairspray for the new generation. Instead of civil rights, it was LGBTQXY97T.
What'd you say hello for?
I don't know, something popped up on the screen.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah, it was a today story, a today's Hairspray
yeah. Yes.
surrounding different social issues. But now, of course, the Netflix show is out there, and you've all probably seen the Netflix show.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either, and I kind of
I want to direct it. I want to direct the play, the musical.
yes.
So I kind of don't want to see the movie because I don't want that to influence my ideas.
And
at all.
I saw it as a stage show, and there are some shows that I really don't want to see. Into the Woods, perfectly fine. Seeing
I
that
like
as a
the movie.
That was great.
I love the movie.
Les Mis. I haven't seen. Have we seen the movie?
I have.
I
I saw
haven't
it
seen the
twice at
movie.
the theater.
Okay. Other shows that were made. Hello, Dolly. Perfectly fine seeing that on stage and on, of course, Barbara's version. And I mean, you know, there's some shows like that I'm good about. Now, I don't know that I want to see Funny Girl live.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Is that because Barbara is ingrained in
It's
your
because
head?
Barbara is Funny Girl, and I mean, someone else can try to be, but I mean, sadly, I'll always hold them
interesting.
up to that standard. I know.
Yeah,
I know. Some things you just can't.
The worst show I've ever seen. Wow. I'm not a fan of Cats. I will tell you that right now. And I think it's more because, again, I thought there was a story. There wasn't a story. I see you rolling your
Nobody
eyes.
ever said there was a story to Cats.
Maybe I just didn't understand the whole gist.
It's literature.
They're cats.
T.S. Eliot.
They're cats.
It's literature.
He probably should have did a sequel called Dogs.
Had he written about dogs, maybe he would have. But I don't think he did, so he didn't.
But that's...
Woof.
I would not see Cats again. If somebody said, hey, I have tickets to
Wait,
go
you
see...
sat through it a whole time?
I built the set.
No. In the audience.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't leave. I built the set. I was there with Karen. She would have killed me. That was my vocal coach at the time. And she was a dancer as well. She would have killed me. I took her to see.
Yay, Karen. We like Karen.
I love Karen. And so, yeah, that was probably my worst show to see.
Yeah. I think favorite show to be in for me was If Then, and it was. Yeah, I was a lead in the show. Yes, it was, but it was more interesting than I thought.
I wouldn't know about that.
I had.
My show
I'd
got
listened-
canceled 3 times. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I had listened to the cast recording, and I thought, I mean, the songs were cool. The audition was an interesting situation for me, and I ended up being cast as Lucas. And I did not realize that the story, the if and the then, that's your big signal that it's 2 time periods or 2 timelines. Like if this happens, then that would happen.
Yeah,
if this would
right.
happen, then that would happen. I
So-
didn't get that.
Basically, the small choices you make in life change your path.
It's to me a very heady show,
Extremely.
in that you have to be, I don't want to say smart, but you have to think while you're watching this.
I will say, if it's not staged correctly, it's hard to
Right.
follow.
You'd never know what the heck was going on.
You really need to have, because it changes from one timeline to another timeline
Within one scene.
during the scene.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah,
don't
that's
have
during
like
the scene.
drastic light changes or dramatic light changes or something to signify that it's the other timeline, like Kevin as Lucas, in one timeline he wore a scarf.
I always had a scarf on.
And the other timeline he didn't. There was actually the time, which I thought was kind of funny to watch, if during the scenes that changed in the middle of the scene, here, back up. I don't have a scarf, but he'd have like his little satchel and he'd be like, and then he'd have a scarf on. It was hilarious. And the main character, she wore glasses in one and not in the other.
Yeah.
So there were little subtleties. I kind of thought sometimes the subtleties needed to be bigger.
Yeah.
Because like I said, if you don't have like light change, you know, like a pink light to a I don't know, blue light, something.
Yeah, big.
You
Really big
don't
changes,
really get what's
Yeah.
happening.
But it was probably that's why I like that show. It kept me on my toes like
Oh,
for a
yeah.
complete 2 hours.
Yeah.
And even during intermission, you have to be sort of in a headspace where you know what's coming up next and what is the result of what's coming up next, kind of thing. So there really isn't any downtime quote in that show.
Yeah.
Which I liked about it. It kept me going.
Now, I did an original production that actually won an Emmy Award.
Oh, that's right.
It was called La Casa Azul. And it was 3 hours long.
Girl.
Quite literally. Now, they redid it and it got cut down by like 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something. And there was skin.
You need assistance.
You are my
You need
assistant.
professional attention.
You're my assistant. But it was really good. It was about the life of Mexican artist Frida Kahlo. Exactly. And her life, and it started off, now, I will have to say it was very much like Evita, the way it was staged.
Evita Perón, Evita Perón, Evita Perón.
In that it starts off at the end of her life. It's actually her birthday. And then it goes back to the beginning of her life when she was a child. And it goes through her life and where she marries Diego Rivera. And they're, how do you say that word? Tumultuous.
Tumultuous.
Thank you. Relationship, because he had his women on the side.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Scandaloso.
Diego wasn't a great guy.
Ay, Dios mío.
But it was no spoken word whatsoever. It was all sang.
Oh, the whole thing was like an opera.
It was an opera. It was an operetta. It was sang. The entire show was
I
sang.
didn't know that. There
Yeah.
was no dialogue.
Nope, no dialogue. And it was, again, one of those shows where you were running continuously.
That's a lot of singing, Hattie.
Yeah, and there was a lot of singing. My friend Jessica, she better be watching, played Frida. And that poor girl was on that stage 90% of the time.
Wow.
I think she literally left the stage to change clothes and come back on.
So no tinkle breaks?
Intermission was it.
That's
Like, the really cool, the song that was right, I think it was right before intermission. It's been a couple years now. Frida is painting and she kind of goes, don't put so many in, honey. What? Goes kind of wonka bonka and she cuts her hair off. So we had to have another wig every night. Excuse me. Because Jessica would cut the wig, like chop her hair off. It was really, really. There was one line, my friend Sarah, my show wife. Excuse me. Sarah, we were in the show together, and there was a song, I can't remember the name of the song. But anyway, so it's about when she was a girl, and okay, so we have Patty's.
I was a little girl.
Yes, sure. Tina. No, that's
Oh,
Tina.
Woo!
And sorry, I'm just choking. We no. There's a line saying about your father is Catholic, and your father is Catholic, your mother is something in fat.
Oh, ugly and fat? Tall and fat?
I
Pretty
can't remember,
fat?
but every time that line
Young
came
and
up,
fat?
Sarah and I would like lean over while we were doing vocal rehearsals and watch each other and crack up. But I loved doing that show. I would do that show again. They actually, like I said, they restaged it. I was busy and couldn't do it. But we won a local Emmy Award, which was awesome. Well, we didn't. The show did.
That would be a Lemmy.
A Lemmy?
Oh, local Emmy
Oh, Lord.
is a Lemmy.
Keep talking. I'm over here washing my hands.
So, I've done most liked, least liked.
How about a show you want to do that you haven't done? Because there's a lot.
Well,
I know one that I want to do.
go.
Les Mis. And I joke and say
I like that one.
I would lay under the barricade just to sing that music. I would totally do that one. Something I've never done, and I want to.
Yeah, I would totally go for I would. That's a show I would do anything in as well. If it came around, and I'd miss the audition, as sometimes happens with guys, we get this frantic phone call from a casting person or a director saying, "Oh my God, we need more guys because da 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 da. We need a da 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 da. Can you come do the show?" Sadly, all you're going to be doing is singing as you run across the stage, and we won't see you again for 2 scenes. And you're, oh sure, I would do it for Les Mis. I would totally do it for Les Mis.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
I would do, only if we had the costumes, I would do, well, 2. La Casa Azul. Oh, no, not La Casa. We just talked about that. La Casa Folle.
yes.
La Casa Folle and Priscilla. I would do both of those.
I know what show I want to do.
What? Oh, yeah. What?
Kinky Boots.
Yeah.
I want to do Kinky Boots. Now, I'm a little afraid because I feel like probably the part is written for more of a... I don't know, some of those songs are kind of low-pitched. Do you think?
No.
Okay, maybe I'm...
Not if it's in the same key as Billy, what Billy did.
Oh, well, that's true. I mean, I've heard some of it and I wonder, like,
I would want to do that show, but I wouldn't get to play the part I want to play.
Yeah.
I'd have to probably be one of the factory workers, probably Don.
Factory workers?
Factory. Or the guy, the bookkeeper guy. I liked him too, but...
oh, yeah. But I do want to do... Kinky Boots is probably the top of my bucket list. I would love to do Lola and Kinky Boots. Les Mis, yes. There was another show that I had in mind, and I can't remember what it was. And I will say this, most of you are probably thinking if you're into shows like, well, if that's not what's your bucket list, you can't remember what your bucket list is. Well,
I really don't have a bucket list.
But my background is mostly classical ballet. So there were roles in ballet that I wanted to dance. Some of them I did get to dance, some of them I didn't get to dance, life. So that's where my main, I guess, bucket list, if you will, existed. But anyway.
Everybody's like, oh, I want to do this show. I really don't have a bucket list roles. Mine's more bucket list shows. I mean, I'd love to do Sweeney Todd. I think it'd be fun to play anybody in that one. Les Mis, I mean, yes, I would probably be under the barricade, but I think Thénardier would be a great part to play because it's not one and done, but you have your big scene and then you have some stuff at the end or toward the end. What else? What other shows like that? Music Man.
Yes, that is your bucket list.
No,
talk about it.
When I was 8 years old, my family, my parents and my 2 brothers and I, we were going to go see the Indianapolis Indians at Busch Stadium, which is now condos. And I saw on TV that The Music Man, the movie, was going to be on TV. And I was like, I want to watch The Music Man. And they're just like, we're going to the baseball game. And I said, I'm not going. And I stayed home by myself and watched The Music Man. And I have never done this show. I have seen the movie 958,000 times and can pretty much recite every line from movie and songs.
And it's pretty good too.
And I would love to do the show. I mean, Harold Hill, absolutely, but I think I'm not really a Harold. I would probably be more Marcellus Washburn.
You could do Harold Hill with no problem.
Or one of the school board members.
Are you kidding? Okay, so one thing, Jerry will not tell you. He would after some conversation. He's an amazing character actor.
Or what? See, that's Marcellus.
But for me, a character actor is someone who can also morph. And I think you could totally sell Harold Hill.
For $5. Now, one show that I would still be doing today, without fail, Box Office of the Damned. And I know not everybody knows that show. It was an off-Broadway show. Kristen Chenoweth's very first show, by the way, in New York. And it is 6 people, 3 guys, 3 girls. They play all the characters, and I absolutely love it. And that show was the show that kind of made me step out of the background as a performer. I mean,
He got bit.
I had done like 9 billion shows. Well, okay, 7 shows before then. And was always happy in doing ensemble. And I still am. I don't mind doing ensemble. I have fun. I like to sing and dance. But Box Office of the Damned, like I said, you play all the characters. So I played, the old lady who comes to the matinee.
In a shoe?
No, not in the shoe. The old lady who comes to the matinee. Just all these different weird characters. And one day it just hit me. We were in the middle of rehearsals. And we did it at a theater. It's called Theater on the Square. It's now the District Theater in downtown Indianapolis. And we were rehearsing on the big stage for like dance and stuff. But then we had moved to the small stage where we performed, and it's the cabaret stage, so it's very, very intimate. And all of a sudden, I'm doing one of my solo songs. I think I had 2 solo songs, 2 solos, a quartet, and duets. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, these tables are 2 feet in front of me. So it was very very intimate. And I was like, gotcha. Okay, I need to get over this. And that's kind of how, now I'm just like, all right, let's do it. Let's just do this thing.
Mm-hmm. Get her done.
Get her done. Get her done.
So that's kind of the up and down, in and out, or the top and bottom of our show list stuff. If you do have any, I would say embarrassing show moments, I would love to hear about. And
do you have any embarrassing? Just give one, and we'll do more later, and another show. After we get your favorite shows, worst shows, and embarrassing moments, we'll share another one. What's yours?
Okay, my very first embarrassing moment in a show. I was 9.
That doesn't count. That's church.
No, it was school. And
oh wait, was it math?
No, there was no counting. So my dad is
5, 6, 7, 9.
My dad is, and as he probably considers it, will always be a Marine. So when we were kids, he would cut me and my brother's hair into this cut you see right now, very low Marine sort of a cut. Now, the problem with that was, this was back in the 70s. And in the 70s, it was good for us as a people to wear afros because that was the in thing. It was the trend. Well, my hair does not grow into afros. Contrary to popular belief, all black people cannot grow afros. It happens to depend on the quality of hair you have and just how your hair behaves or misbehaves.
Ain't misbehaving.
Mine is misbehaving a lot. So we would always get these, all right, go schoolboy, and we would get teased because our hair was so short. So it just so happened the night before we were to go on for this play at school, which was done in front of the entire school, I got a haircut. So all the way to school, I'm thinking, I'm going to be up in front of everybody in about an hour and a half with this head. So, this head. So we get on stage, and what people knew I was in the play, but they didn't know. It was kids at that point. They didn't know. Well, it was during Halloween, and I was
a tree, a rock.
So there was a noise in the attic, and the noise in the attic. The noise in the attic assumed bodily form at some point in the play.
Was you the bodily form?
So I came out as a ghost in bodily form. And as my family was like freaking out, I rip off the sheet and there I stand in all of my 9-year-old glory. So I rip off the sheet and the audience just dies in laughter because
you had no
Chrome Dome is standing there. So I just went with it and I really hammed it up. I was like, well, they're not going to laugh at me if I don't want them to laugh, so I'm going to make them laugh even more. So I did some kind of, crazy stuff to make them laugh even more. So, but for me, it was one of those moments. It was a defining moment more than an embarrassing moment. But it could have been a very
Well, that wasn't embarrassing. Your things are gonna. I don't know if I have an embarrassing moment. I don't think. I think. Well, yeah, I do kind of. When we did La Cage aux Folles, I actually was in drag, which I had never really done before. And I did Rocky Horror, but I really didn't consider that drag because we were all very androgynous. All the transvestite, sexual, whatever, Transylvanians, we were very, and our costumes were very androgynous. All of us wore, the costuming was really cool.
Wait, so that's why you said in Transylvania because of like trans?
Yeah. They're from
Oh.
Transsexual Transylvania, the planet.
I
Transsexual
never knew that.
And we had on, I did have on this really cool black bob wig. But all of our costumes were made out of tuxedo shirts, tops and bottoms. So, I know you can't see, so like, tuxedo, I had a normal tuxedo shirt on, I think I had a bow tie on, and we had gloves, and then we wore black, lacy, or not lacy, ruffled, like, petty pants, and fishnets and heels, and guys and girls. Excuse me, I dropped something. Whoop, I'm back. And so we were very androgynous, so that didn't bother me. But when we did La Cage aux Folles, I was, who did I play? Hannah Hamburg. And so I was the dominatrix. So flaming red hair, you know, bustier and a bra with studs and,
Ooh, how you doing?
and a whip and thigh-high 6-inch heels.
Ooh, yes. Yes, mama.
And I had never been in drag in front of anybody before. So the rehearsal process was fine. You know, I had on my shorts and shoes and what have yous. And then when we got costumed, I was like, oh.
We didn't put salt in this.
I never put salt in it.
Okay, but that is good. I'm just remembering we didn't.
Because we always put the seasonings.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
And so like I said, it wasn't embarrassing. It was just kind of one of those like, okay. And what's really wild is 3 people in the show, because Drew Bryson, who everybody might know as Blair St. Clair.
I do declare.
Blair St. Clair.
I do
RuPaul's
declare.
Drag Race season 10. A friend of mine named Damon, he's a local drag queen in Indiana named Anna Cruzes, and his partner, boyfriend, I don't know if they're getting married. I'm sure they have 3 dog kids together. And he sort of did drag and didn't do drag, but he knew how to do it. And so it was kind of like, they made it a little easier for me. But it was fun. And so that was, like I said, it wasn't like embarrassing, but it was one of those like internal embarrassing moments like, oh, yeah, I gotta get over this.
Yeah.
You know, and here I am, I've never worn 6-inch heels before, and I'm doing a whole routine with a whip. I have a scar somewhere under there from the whip.
Really?
Yeah, I was doing this with my routine, and I did this thing, and it goes around me, and it went, bam, and smacked me on the arm. Yeah, it hurt really bad. I was like, oh. So
that's what a safe word's for.
Right. Safe word. Okay, so those are our kind of embarrassing moments. A real quick shout out to Shirley Dennis, who subscribed last week. Thank you, Shirley. And yes, the cicadas. Oh, she's the one who was talking about the cicadas.
Oh, yes, honey.
She and I went to high school together. We were in band together. She played saxophone. So hi, Shirley. Miss you. Hope to see you soon. I know I'm not going to Texas anytime soon, but
You never know.
you never know.
You never know. What did you do with the rest of the breadcrumbs?
It's over here.
Okay. I mean, the
So-
ones you were mixing.
Oh, no, I used them all. They
Okay.
were almost all gone. So, just wanted to give a shout out to Shirley. Please hit the subscribe button down below, down there somewhere. Leave your comments. Let us know what shows you would want to see again, you would never want to see again, or you'd love to be in, an embarrassing theater moment. Or if you haven't been in a show, because there might be, obviously, people who haven't been in a show. If you've seen a show and something happened, like maybe someone fell in the pit, or a friend of mine, she was doing a little dance routine and her skirt fell down. And she was like, ha, ha, ha.
I was in a show where we lost a kid to the pit. I'll tell you that next time.
Okay.
I was also, and we should also go over our most violent moments on stage. There were some. There was blood drawn.
Oh,
So,
oh, someone, oh,
me.
I have one, but it wasn't. Wasn't there, but we'll talk about it. Okay, so everybody, have a great Sunday evening.
I will send you a video probably this week.
Yeah,
we're gonna try to do a dual face-off.
Yeah, I was
Like this.
I was on the line the other day and seeing if we can do because we'll do Facebook Messenger messages so we can see each other when we don't see each other, and we can actually do a Facebook Messenger to each other, but do it as a live Facebook show. Situation, yes. So we're gonna try that. It might not be successful. We don't know, but we'll try. So thank you for joining Out and About with
Kevin
and Jerry, and thanks for watching us cook our salmon patties. Again, we need our overhead lights so that we can show and
let me show you one.
Oh, show one.
They came out just gorgeous. Well,
Salmon
that looks a little
croquettes.
undone because it's too close.
Oh,
Oh,
there-
there we go.
Now,
Look how beautiful.
I've
that
heard
is.
that Alton Fitzgerald White's mom cooks salmon croquettes.
Really, Alton?
So Alton, I'm going to tag you in this video so you'll hear this.
We want recipes and we want samples.
Right, and I have a recipe from my friend Melissa, who lives in Scotland now, from above her mother's chili.
Oh.
So we're gonna try that maybe.
Alton, by the way, is from Cincinnati and was the Mufasa on Broadway
Mufasa.
for over 1,000 performances.
4,000.
4,000 performances. Yeah.
Yes.
So, anywho's.
So have a great evening, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you in a few days, I'm sure.
Clang, clang, clang with the trolley.
Okay. On that note, everybody, have a great night. Say good night.
Zing, zing, zing with my heartstrings. Hurry up, I forgot.